The 1812 Siege of Badajoz was a major military engagement during the Napoleonic Wars. Strategy-wise, Badajoz was an important city located in western Spain near the border with Portugal. We're Dave and Josh of Fortified History, and today we are looking at the 1812 Siege of Badajoz.
The Siege of Badajoz took place in early 1812 during the Peninsular War between the forces of Napoleon Bonaparte's French Empire and the Allied forces of the United Kingdom, Portugal and Spain. The city of Badajoz, located in western Spain near the border with Portugal, was a strategic stronghold that controlled access to Portugal and the Atlantic Ocean. Badajoz was part of a broader campaign by the Allied forces to expel the French from the Iberian Peninsula. The siege was led by the British commander Arthur Wellesley, who would later become the Duke of Wellington.
The besiegement began in late March 1812 with the Allied forces surrounding the city and bombarding it with artillery fire. The French defenders, led by General Armand Philippon, put up a fierce resistance and the siege became a brutal and bloody affair. On April 6, 1812, the Allied forces launched a major assault on the city. The British and Portuguese troops attacked the walls of the city while Spanish troops attacked from the south. The assault was met with heavy resistance and the fighting was intense and chaotic.
Despite the difficulties, the Allied forces managed to breach the walls of the city and fought their way into the centre. The fighting was brutal and both sides suffered heavy losses. The French defenders were eventually overwhelmed and the city fell to the Allied forces. The Siege of Badajoz was a significant victory for the Allied forces, but it came at a great cost. The Allied forces suffered more than 4,000 casualties, while the French defenders lost more than 2,000 men. The city itself was left in ruins, and the civilian population suffered greatly as a result of the siege.
The Siege of Badajoz was a turning point in the Peninsular War as it demonstrated the effectiveness of the Allied forces in battle against the French. It also cemented the reputation of Arthur Wellesley, who would go on to win further victories against the French, including the famous Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this look at the 1812 Siege of Badajoz and that you will join us again as we look at another event from history.